These are called shame-faced crabs, right?
That's correct. And they're in the family Calapidae. And their claws are highly modified into basically covering their face, hence called shame face. And the claws are asymmetrical in that one claw is like a can opener because they're predators on gastropod mollusks.
I heard about the program actually through an email that I got from Regina, who is one of the researchers in the lab that I work in, and I wanted a job that was in a science background rather than working on campus. So I emailed her and I sent in an application and my resume, and I got a tour and I started working.
We love work-study students. Pretty much every department here at the museum has them, and it's a great opportunity for them, and it's a great opportunity for us to get some extra help.
The students are wonderfully energetic, they're bright, they come from all different kinds of backgrounds, and that gives us a great relationship for them to work with each other, as well as work with collections managers, curatorial assistants, the curators, and the scientists themselves. So they are working directly on research projects with us side by side. So just barely the little dots are left on this marking it. And this is one of the swimming crabs.
I've helped the curator with a research project he was doing on brachyurine crabs that he collected in the Hawaiian Islands.
So what was really special about this collection is that the researchers in the field were able to take the pictures at the time of collection while the animals were still alive or had just been killed, and know that they were associated with a particular specimen.
See the little red spots on it is the same specimen that's photographed here in life. So it was a more gray color and the red spots were much brighter.
Which is quite unusual in field collecting. Usually you're working hard enough just to get the specimen itself. The idea of taking pictures as well is pretty far from your mind usually. So the kind of tasks can range from stinky alcohol things right through to computerization aspects of things, working with digital images, working with digital documents.
Eugenus Cryptogramsus.
That's the one. The biggest project we've worked on in the last 6 months or so has been a literature database project, and most of the research that's done, especially in a natural history museum, involves identifying new species. And in order to identify something new, you have to be able to look back and look at the old literature and say, okay, this is not similar to something else, that has already been described, so therefore we can say it's new. And so it's really important to keep track of all of the old literature so that you can look back and, cross off what matches and, look for the things that are new and make sure that you're not re-describing something. My favorite thing is probably going through some of the collections that Regina or other researchers have collected in the field, and we go through and change bottles, change alcohol, make labels, basically separate everything so that it can be looked at and identified.
So it's definitely a diverse place to work. There's all kinds of opportunities. It's not a credit position, it's a scholarship that they've earned. They have to apply for the scholarship, and we basically supplement their salary. The scholarship pays for a portion and we pay for a portion.
I would really recommend this program. I've learned a lot about how the museum works, how it runs, like the different things that are involved in making a museum successful and useful and interesting. It's really cool to have a resource like this. It makes for a really interesting experience.